Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And there's a lot of news that has come out with WWE. There's a lot of news that has come out with the NFL. And there's a lot of things that I'm probably not going to be able to cover a bunch of videos on. But what I do want to talk about is specifically what happened in SummerSlam right now. I do plan on making other videos on some of this other crap that happened, and give you my thoughts on a bunch of this shit that has happened. But I want to specifically talk about SummerSlam. I made a live stream briefly because I was having technical difficulties about my emotionally pissed off and just not happy about CM Punk not walking out as champion, even though he won the title from Gunther. And now we have to wait even longer for it. For him to, beat fucking Seth to take the title back. But I want to just talk about this Night 2 main event between John Cena and Cody Rhodes, because people are trying to say that this match was good. It was not a fucking good match, okay? Was it better than their WrestleMania match? Yes, it was. But that is by default, not because it was a classic. It was not a classic match by any stretch of the imagination. All right, was it better than the WrestleMania 41 match? Absolutely. If you want to argue that this was the better of those two matches between Cody and Cena, then I would agree with you. Then yes, this match was definitely better than the WrestleMania 41 match. But if you're going to tell me this was an all-time classic, then I'm sorry. You haven't watched wrestling. You haven't watched enough wrestling. You've watched probably 2 years of wrestling if you think this was a classic. Nothing really good about this match. I mean, the little thing that Cena did with the, with the visor and that visual, that was pretty cool. There was a little couple cool glance things that they put out in this match, but there was nothing great about this match. The most important thing that I have noted on this match specifically is the overbooking, the over false finishes. Maybe I miscounted, but I counted 8 FUs and 8 crossroads. Now, of course, some of those crossroads and some of those FUs, AAs were outside of the ring, so the wrestlers that did it on that competitor weren't able to capitalize and pin him, because it was obviously not a false count anywhere match. It was a street fight match, so you still had to pin him in the ring. So there were some of those, but the overbookings and the false finishes were just ridiculous. All right, 8 finishing moves, all those kickouts, including Cena doing one off the turnbuckle. That's just ridiculous. That's not needed. In the 90s and the 2000s, a finisher was just that, a fucking finishing move. None of this bullshit 4, 5, 6, 7 finishing moves. I mean, occasionally you would see it if it meant something, like if it warranted it, like with Kane, for example, in 1998 when he faced The Undertaker for the first time. Well, first time as those two characters. All right. First time Kane fought The Undertaker as Kane, I should say. Okay. Kane kicked out of two tombstones. Undertaker did the third one and finally won the match. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. But when you continue, because the storyline warranted it, because of what Kane's character was at the time. But this whole fucking thing that they do now in this day and age, I've kind of talked about it here and there, but I really want to talk about it here because this fucking match pissed me off. It really pissed me off. Not pissed me off because of the way the characters were being portrayed here, like they did at WrestleMania, because of how the booking was, with how the story was all fucked up because Rock left and really kind of screwed everything up. And that they had to use Trevor Scott, who's not even in the story anymore. But this match just was just over the top. It just was way too much going on. I'm gonna be honest with you. After the last couple of ones that they were doing, like, I just didn't care anymore. I was like, where are we going here? What's the story here? Like, there is no fucking story. It's just, we're just gonna keep doing this. And again, it's making fucking Cena and Cody look way stronger than they have to be. Like, who the fuck can I honestly believe is going to be able to beat Cody Rhodes now with the way they did this? You know what I'm saying? Like who can beat Cody when the motherfucker kicked out of 8 fucking finishing moves? Okay? He kicked out of 8 AAs. Okay? Maybe 2 of them were outside the ring. I don't remember. I know there was one on the apron after they did that visual with the visor. But, I mean, at least 6. He kicked out of at least 6 if you don't want to count the ones outside of the ring that John Cena did on him, right? Okay? He kicked out of at least 6 fucking finishers. Okay? How the hell are you going to believably, credibly have somebody beat Cody? Like, it won't be believable, because it's like, if he can kick out of all of that, why can't he kick out of anybody else's finishing move? Okay? Whether they do it off the turnbuckle or on a table or anything like that, how can you realistically believe that anybody can beat Cody now? That's the problem I have with this. It's like, there's too much going on. And you don't need to do that to pass the torch, which, by the way, John Cena did not pass the torch to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes already had the torch. John Cena was not the face of the company anymore. Okay? Cena was not the face of the company anymore. He hasn't been the face of the company for years. Roman Reigns was the face for like 4 years with the, well, not really. I mean, he was a heel. You get what I mean. Like, he was the top guy or whatever, the number one guy with the company when he was the champion for whatever, how many years it's been that he was champion for. Okay? Even though Roman, I don't think, deserved to be the face of the company, because for 6 years, nobody gave a shit about him as a babyface. Okay? And Vince kind of forced that. But the fact of the matter is, Roman was the face, even though he didn't deserve to be the face, because of all the terrible booking he had for 6 years. Okay? Cody beat that guy last year, so he already had the torch. Just because Cena took the title from him at WrestleMania doesn't mean that Cody had lost the torch. He was still presented as the top guy, okay, without the title for 4 months. John Cena didn't pass shit because he was no longer the face anymore of the company. Okay? So this idea that he passed the torch, no, he didn't. What torch did he pass? He wasn't the main attraction of the company anymore. And the whole storyline leading up to this was stupid too. I mean, John Cena turns babyface 2 nights before SummerSlam. What kind of dumb shit is that? I mean, that to me is just like WWE and John Cena, because I think John Cena has some creative say in all this. I think that's just Cena and WWE basically saying, look, we screwed up. We know we screwed up. So 2 nights before fucking SummerSlam, we're just gonna put a bandage on this and have Cena come out as a babyface. We're gonna have him turn babyface 2 nights before and just do a babyface program, which makes no goddamn sense. It's just really stupid. It's like, if you were gonna have Cena turn babyface in the lead up to SummerSlam, it should have been at the start of the build. They should have done a contract signing at the start of the build. You know, the first week of SmackDown that Cena appeared on. They should have done the contract signing, have Cody beat the crap out of him, have a sign on it, and then you do all that, you know, fucking, oh yeah, I'm a good guy now, shtick, and then lead into that, okay? Not 2 days before. Like, that's just stupid. That's just not creative at all. It's bad creative, okay? This whole thing was just bad creative. Okay, it was. and the story wasn't there. And now apparently Cena's facing Brock. I think the next pay per view is Paris. So, Clash of Paris or whatever they're calling it this year now. That's what they're gonna do now. Okay, so it's it's whatever. I'd rather Cena go up against Roman because Roman, he never beat Roman. And Roman's gonna be gone for Survivor Series. Just put him up with Roman. Why they put him up against Brock? There's a lot of things to talk about Brock being back. I personally am okay with Brock being back because he is a top star and kind of need him right now, honestly. Because everything is kind of stale right now with a lot of these guys. We kind of really need him right now, unfortunately. Not for him to be the WWE champion or the world champion. I'm not saying that he should get that, which I don't think he will. With Triple H involved, he's already seen Brock as champion for a while now. So I don't think Brock is going to be WWE champion. I don't think he's going to be a contender or anything like that. I think he's just going to be going after some of the other top guys or helping other guys. Maybe they do the Gunther match now that he's back. I think personally the Gunther Brock match has kind of lost its luster now. Since Gunther's now a world championship contender, I think it would have made more sense when he was when he was still doing the upper mid card stuff. When he was still Intercontinental Champion, but now that he's world champion, that kind of window's kind of closed, I think. Because I think WWE is going to have him be in contention for the world title for a while. Unless, they're just completely doing the Seth thing right now. In the lead up to WrestleMania with Punk, hopefully Punk. Unless it's LA Knight. And that's another thing, too. I mean, the LA Knight thing is, because it seems like Punk and there's going to be this whole thing with Punk and LA Knight. And that I don't like that because, obviously Punk. I like Punk and LA Knight. And I really hope, because I think I know what WWE's doing with LA Knight and Punk. I think what they're trying to do is, hey, you guys really want LA Knight to be your guy? Cheer for him over CM Punk. That's what I think they're doing. I think Triple H is being creative right now with testing the audience to see if they're really loyal to LA Knight. Which, the fact that he has to actually prove that is fucking ridiculous at this point. But I think what Triple H is doing is saying, hey, you guys want this guy to be a top main eventer? Cheer for him over CM Punk. That's what I think they're going to try to do. Because I guarantee you there are a lot of fans of LA Knight that are fans of CM Punk, myself included. Okay, that's what I think Triple H is doing, which, again, is a dumb argument. It's a dumb thing to do because he's proven it time and time again, multiple times that, he's a top star. But that's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to do, that's what they're doing. They're probably going to have a triple threat match at Clash of the Paris or whatever it's called now this year. And, or they might wait. I don't know, but that's what I think they're going to do. That's what I think they're doing. That's what I think they're leading towards, is trying to divide the fans and see if people are really still loyal to LA Knight, even when Punk's involved with it. But yeah, in terms of this match, I hated this match. I mean, there was nothing great about this match. It was, like I said, it was better than a WrestleMania match, but it was nothing to write up for. Definitely not a match I would want to see again. I would not want to see these two go up against each other again which they're not going to, but I wouldn't want to see this again because it's like what are we doing? Overbooking or just crappy, heel shit that nobody cares about. That's basically what we got. That's basically got anybody who actually liked this match has only watched wrestling probably for like fucking 3 years at this point. Like, cause you go back and watch some of the older matches, like they didn't do this bullshit. Austin didn't need to fucking do 5 stunners to beat Shawn Michaels. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? How many stunners did Austin need to do to The Rock? He didn't have to do like 8 fucking goddamn crossroads or 8 freaking AAs to win. He didn't have to do that. Like, you didn't have to do that. All right? Yeah, once in a blue moon you kicked out of a finisher, but you didn't kick out this many times. That's why it's getting ridiculous. As the 2010s, came around, WWE just constantly wanted to start doing this. And now it's just getting even worse as the years have gone on, and this is evidence of that. Yeah, it's just dumb. And I just I just don't like the finish. I didn't like the well, I shouldn't say I didn't like the I just didn't like the match overall. But yeah, that's all I got to say about this. The match wasn't that good. I don't know what Cody's doing next for Paris. What his match is going to be for Paris. But hopefully it's better than what we've gotten so far. But otherwise, that's it. Comment, rate. If you like to find my videos, please subscribe, hit the notification bell for these contents. Thank you. And that is about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace. Also, make sure, besides my YouTube channel, to follow me on the Twitch, Instagram, all SS Ultimate Goku. Also, I do a Discord link in the description where we discuss various topics, including this one here. So, yeah. Now I'm out. Peace.